Okay, question 1. It says, which expression has a product of 32 and 76 hundredths? Now, you know that your product is going to be 32 and 76 hundredths because the question asks, what is the product? Which expression has a product of 32 and 76 hundredths? If you look at your answer options, you have A, B, C, D, and E. Notice that each of these are equal to a factor. So we have 4 and 2 tenths times 78 hundredths, 4 and 2 tenths times 7 and 8 tenths, 4 and 2 tenths times 78, 4 and 2 tenths times 780. Now, with your product, with your knowledge of multiplying decimals, you should know that your answer is going to end in the hundredths. So you could look at each of your expressions and figure out, if I multiply my decimal place values, which one of these will let me end up in the hundredths. So this, we have a 1/10 times a 1/100ths, which we know will equal 1/1000ths. Here we have a 1/10 times a 1/10, which equals a 1/100th. Here we have a 1/10 times a whole number, which will equal 1/10. And here we have 1/10 times a whole number, which will equal 1/10. Your decimal product has to be in the hundredths place. So the only option for this would be B, because a tenth times a tenth equals a hundredth. Now, once you figured that out, you could double check yourself and say 4 and 2 tenths times 7 and 8 tenths. Step 1 was ignore your decimal. Don't forget it, but you can ignore it. And then multiply them as if they are whole numbers. 8 times 2 is 16. Regroup my 1. 8 times 4 is 32. Plus my 1 is 33. I'm done with that. Must mark that out. Add a 0. 7 times 2 is 14. Regroup my 1. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus 1 is 29. These are called partial products. Now they are called add-ins because I added my plus sign. 6 plus 0 is 6, 4 plus 3 is 7, 9 plus 3 is 12, regroup my 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. Now I have a whole number answer. Mr. Davidson has told me that if I have a factor as a decimal number, then my product should also be a decimal number. I count the digits behind each factor. C2.
Michelle Baumgarten, please come to the office. Michelle Baumgarten.
I see 2 digits behind my decimal. My understood decimal is to be here, and I can move it twice. The same thing as 1/10 times 1/10 equals 1/100ths.